Let's be real. That was a fantastic performance. I'm just looking back at it. It's very difficult to judge Arsenal or just team you support live because your emotions get the best out of you to get, and you're just always in fear. Especially with my boys, like obviously we've let two goal lead slip twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just comes to a point where you're like, oh, every single time we'll go 2-0 up. But when in hindsight, when you deep it was actually a brilliant performance. Like, except for Shevchenko, fam. We're gonna have a conversation with that man still. Conversations low-key need to be had because, yeah, but I'm just gonna do little player ratings because there's some players today that really made me know the minerals that I've been saying that we've been lacking, and we have lacked it, and that is why I don't think we'll win the league. And ultimately, it has cost us because we've showed the minerals too late, should I say. But the minerals that I thought we lacked today, we showed today, and I feel like this player ratings will probably be the most. This performance today was our best performance away from home. Considering the opponent, considering the circumstances, because you got to remember that Newcastle are also fighting, but they have something to fight for. It's not like Chelsea, they're not fighting for anything. Newcastle are trying the hardest to make sure they finish top four by the end of March, May 28th. Do you get it? It's a tough opponent, tough place to go to. They could have scored in the first minute, like it was mad techie from them. But today we had some players today that I just realised that. First of all, I want to apologise to you because I've really felt like they let us down, and they have ultimately because it's too late now. I genuinely don't see Man City losing a point. I don't see it. So ultimately, it is too little, too late now. But it's giving me hope for next season and show that they do care in a larger aspect than NFL. So let me just get into it. Well, I'm still like this kid is only 24 years old. He's a kid. He's actually older than me. But he's 24 years old. He's still a kid in football terms. And the saves he pulled, that save in particular in the second half against Fabian Schär, that header, point blank save. It was just honestly like, I mean, the save against Willock in the first half. He saved us a lot this season. Let's not get on. Obviously, you go to the Southampton game, you're like, fucking now, broski. Like, what were you thinking, you get? But you think about that Liverpool game, think about today, think about the Tottenham game away. You just think about the United game at home. It's just been time and time again where he's just pulled off saves, but distribution clean, but a lot of our build-up actually, there was a lot of build-up play that came from him, playing out from the back, not getting shook. He said in the London ceremonies that he wants to be in this club for 10, 15 years. He wants to be a legend. And I was like, I welcome you, bro. Honestly, make your claim. Make that claim against Seaman. Make that claim against Lehman. Do it, basically. Because today he was absolutely monstrous yet again, fam. You look at De Gea, for example, today, like, what was he thinking? Like, it was literally a pass. It was literally a pass with full grip, and it still let him in. He's 31, do you get, like, the certain caliber of goalkeepers you have at age like Ramsdale, you have to treasure. And I welcome that, bro. I really do. He gets an 8 from me. Ben White. I thought he did alright, actually. I don't think he wasn't that troubled like that. I can't lie to you. Yeah, Willock was giving a little bit of headache. Isaac was doing a little bit of tricks thing. But I think he dealt with it, most of it, really well. And like I said to you guys, Ben White is bro. I've never had more confidence in the right back in my entire Arsenal fandom. And we've had some decent right backs like Bakary Sagna, Casabarin, Debussy. Debussy was shit, let's be real, but but Ben White, man, he gets a 7 from me. Could have bought more a bit in attacking wise, but yeah, he gets a 7. Kivior, a young lad, left-footed player playing the right position in a crazy atmosphere. He bossed that defense, but another shout for man of the match. But he's not the man of the match. I think you guys all know who it was. I think I actually already said it, so it's not a surprise. Watch my shorts, but it kind of makes you think, bro, like, if this guy has started him, at least for the Southampton game, where would we be? And it is what it is. Like I said, hindsight is a cruel game sometimes, but it just make you think, like, wow, like, what if? But he was immense today. He didn't show any point did he, at no point did he show that he was under pressure. At no point did he look like he was out of depth. Like, he dealt with Callum Wilson, dealt with Isaac, dealt with a lot of things, and he's fast and he's quite physical for someone that looks kind of skinny, which is kind of weird, but he gets an 8. Gabriel, monstrous yet again away from home. Unlucky not to be in the team of the season. Like, honestly, like, I've said it a lot of times actually in our videos that sometimes I think he's better than Saliba. And don't get me wrong, Saliba is fantastic, but that should show you how good Gabriel has been. He's literally stepped up, and today, yet again, fam, we keep a clean sheet today. You have to give every single player good ratings. So I'm giving him an 8. Shevchenko, we're going to have a conversation about, because I don't think he's been over that nutmeg against Trent, bro. You know, he made team of the season for but like, he's lucky that wasn't made a couple weeks later because he's been dreadful. That second half, in the beginning of the second half, I don't know what he was playing at, but he just allowed Mev just walk in the box like, oh, you scarred. Look, the thing is, it's always been known that defensively shaky, offensively beautiful. And I guess we still need another left back in that can do the best of both worlds. You get it. But Kieran Tierney came on. He gets a 7 from me. Like, Shashanka gets a 6, Tierney gets a 7. And what I rated about that substitution wasn't the fact that he put him on in, but it's the fact that he did it in the right moment. He saw that situation, said, yeah, we can't have him being exploited. Took him off the firing line and put on Tierney, and Tierney put a monstrous performance. Imagine Newcastle are trying to get Tierney. Imagine Newcastle get Tierney. We're actually done out here if we do that. We need to keep him at all costs. Shevchenko, he gets a 6, fam. We're going to have conversations about his defensive attribute and maybe take him out of the starting lineup. Maybe there's conversations for that too. Especially if you have Jorginho in the midfield, who is my man of the match, because you guys already know most of my subscribers actually came from my video against Jorginho. I said that there's absolutely no way we should sign him. But he made me eat my words, and he made me eat my words for dinner, lunch, and fucking breakfast, and fucking dessert, broskies. Like, he was absolutely immense, and I was so happy he stayed on, because against Chelsea he was phenomenal. Tempo, that just constant looking for the right pass, and he just also had the right way of, he just all of a sudden had his physicality back. That physicality was the reason why, the lack of physicality was the reason why I said I don't want to buy him, because he's not on one eye. But for some reason, he just unlocked that today, and it was just like, whoa, he really rolled back the years, and he was just immense. He gets a 9 for me, my man of the match. Honestly, like, leadership in that midfield was crucial, and we didn't allow him. Gimaresh, you know, one of the best midfielders in the league. He didn't have a sniff today. Joelinton, a rejuvenated Joelinton, didn't have a sniff today. Crazy times, but because of Jorginho, 9. Granit Xhaka, he's another person that I was like really, really starting to piss me off, but and today he made a crucial block like from Willock's shot in the second half. He's not there, it's 1-1. Simple as that. Game changes, probably even lose the game. But he made a crucial, and the thing is, he was getting antagonized by Callum Wilson the whole game, bro, and just certain Newcastle players as well. I'm just happy he kept his cool, kept his calm, did his job. Defensively, today he was so immense, but defensively we just bossed that midfield, and Thomas Partey is not getting back in this team. I'm just letting you guys know right now. I was actually quite upset that he came on, because just the way he's been performing is not giving me any confidence whatsoever. And even when he came on, didn't even do much. Let's be real. Jorginho was still the one running things, but I think from now to the end of the season, Jorginho plays. I'm so sorry. Which is crazy because I was even naming him the best midfielder DM in the world, but broski, your drop off is scary, fam. You might as well been injured, but like it's kind of mad. But yeah, Jorginho, Xhaka, bossed that midfield. Then we go to the next midfielder. Odegaard scored an absolute worldie from 25 yards. Not worldie, but still, it's quite far out, isn't it? But that's 15 goals now this season. The joint moist for midfielder. Non-penalties. Because we've got to add that there. But he was, when you say captain's performance, but like, it really gave today. Like, if it wasn't for Jorginho's performance, he probably would have been, maybe him and Kivior would probably have joined man of the matches, but it was absolutely immense. That midfield, in that first half, he was running shows, but not running their show, he was running shows, but like, crazy for my man, fam. And a lot of criticisms come up from him because of his leadership skills. Is he that leader? Is he just a professional? Is he a leader? And he showed today, like, he's actually that guy, bro. And the fact that we've bought him for 30 million from Real Madrid with no buyback clause, we've been blessed, but Odegaard gets an 8. Saka, he needs to come off. I'm so sorry. Look, you guys know I love that boy. I love Bukayo Saka, but he's been kind of dead. The thing is about him, when you've come to a certain level in football where your presence alone is just scary, that's what it is with Saka. And I think that's what Arteta still leaves him on for a certain amount of games and a certain amount of times, because he's just so good that you just automatically think, even if he's playing shit, he's just gonna turn it up and just leave you on dust. You get, but he wasn't good today. Defensively, he was not good. I think he's a little bit injured. I think there's a little bit of an injury there, or maybe tiredness, I don't know. But he just isn't good right now, and I think we need to take him off the firing line. If you are to chase this title race, I think you need to come on as maybe as an impact player at this moment of time. And you guys know how much I love Saka. Like, I was even saying that, he actually should win the player of the year. The fact that he's not even in the team of the season is kind of shocking, but I guess Mohamed Salah's had a good season, hasn't he, despite Liverpool's failings. Individually, Salah's been great. Salah's just been Salah. Yeah. I can't believe Jimmy Redknapp said that. That's the first superstar we've had when we've had. I don't even want to get into these kind of comments, actually. I'm probably make a separate video for that, but I thought Saka today was quite poor. Didn't really have any product. Should have scored as well. Just clocked. Should have scored. Confident Saka's definitely scores that goal 100%. But Pep kind of had a good game today, to be fair. But I still think he should have scored. But yeah, I just think it's time to put on Trossard in. He can play on that right hand side. Probably even put Nelson in there as well. He can also play on that side. He eventually actually came on for him. And I thought he did actually well. And defensively, he did really well defensively. What I thought Saka was lacking today. But I genuinely think he's just got fatigue. This man plays every single game. in the wing, and he has to beat like 4 or 5 players because he's just surrounded because of his aura and his danger. So, but I won't go too harsh in it. I'll just give him a 6 in it. Martinelli on the other side, I thought he was absolutely immense. He was causing the most problems out of both flanks. Trippier had a hard time today. People might think he didn't have a hard time, but I think Trippier had a hard time. There were a lot of times where Trippier was just out of position, actually. Think about that chance he had when he hit the post, crossbar, sorry. Like, what was Trippier doing? He was really good today, Martinelli. Obviously got the assist from the own goal. I'm gonna give him an 8, man. I thought he was really good. Jesus' hold up play was immense. He's just so technically good. If he was a really good striker, bro, it's actually done out here for anybody that claims to be a good striker, honestly. But I think we've gotten out the most we've got for Jesus, and I think in the summer it's definitely something we need to invest in, especially if you want to go far in the Champions League. But going back to this game, I thought Jesus today caused a lot of problems, did good hold up play. He was the reason he was the person that put Martinelli through for the second goal. Just a good hold up play. And when he came off for Nketiah didn't have that same composure. Didn't even go into a fight. Like, what the fuck? But to be fair to Nketiah, he was rightful so to do that because man pushed him. He's not gonna stand like a dick and just like take that. He has to push man back. But obviously the referee was shocking today. But that is the lament of all men, isn't it? When it comes to Premier League refereeing, but yeah, Jesus is just somebody that it's just one of them ones, isn't it? Like, you're happy you have him in your team. He's essential, but he's not the finishing article. He's just not. But I thought he played okay today. I thought he played well today. I'll give him an 8. Am I missing anybody else? I low-key did the substitutes, didn't I? Who else came on? Tierney came on already. Nelson came on. Nketiah. I'll give him a standing 5. I didn't really have much to do. I can't lie to you. Nelson did defensively. He did really well, actually. I'll give him a 7. Who else came on? The one that came for Arsenal. Did Rob Holding come on? No, he didn't. I would have noticed Rob Holding come on. Oh, Thomas Partey came on. Oh yeah, he did alright in it, but like it wasn't the same. Jorginho was still running the shit, fam. Still doing defensive tackles. I'll just give him a standard 5. Is that it? Jorginho. I think only 4 players came on because I just like to leave one in case. Yeah, but Arteta, I'm gonna give him an 8. I'm gonna give him a 9 actually because he kept a clean sheet. He started Kevin, started Jorginho, didn't change the lineup, and I thought that was so important because, I mean, he kind of did actually because he put on Martinelli, but I thought Martinelli should have played this game. I said that in my shorts in my preview. I said that he should because he need that pace, need that injection. When Newcastle will start pushing, you do need that. But I felt like his decision to keep Kivil and give him that confidence. He's been talking about how he's been training well in training ground. He kept that confidence in him and he's prevailed. He kept Jorginho. For me, Jorginho is the reason why we won this game. Jorginho was so good defensively, offensively, the passes, completion. Thank you, Chelsea. Honestly, thank you. Honestly, for him. The fact that I won this for 12 minutes, that was so... The thing is about you guys, you have to understand about me is that I have opinions. But if I get it wrong, I'm happy to say that I got it wrong. There's no shame. I love this club before anything else. You get it? Like, I'm not going to put my ego before my love for the club. If you're doing bits for my club, I'm going to congratulate you. I'm not going to try and pretend that I'm some Sky fucking analyst and be like, yeah, I'm right all this time on these Twitter threads, merchants and all. No, like, if I fuck up but I say I got it wrong, I say I got it wrong. There are some things, obviously, I'm going to think, there's not really a lot of things basically what I'm trying to say is I'm happy to change my mind. I'm not one of these people that have agendas. Jorginho came on, he's the reason why we won that game. He stayed in the starting lineup, he's the reason why we won that game. So I'm very, very happy with that. And Arteta, he's up to choosing to take off Shevchenko in that moment was so crucial. I just feel like if we have left me, even for 5 minutes, I don't know where that game goes. And he's just getting better. And this is why I trust in him, because he always shows me that he's improving. He always shows me that. And despite the fact that this is his first managerial job, he shows that he's improving. Yes, he has his shortcomings because he's still a young manager. I think he's the youngest manager in the league. Like, he's his first managerial job. For him to take us from 5th to 2nd is immense. And to do it with little to no spending in comparison to other clubs, you know, it's incredible. It's actually incredible. And yeah, I have so much faith in that man. I really do. I really have faith in Arteta. But yeah, that's my thing, innit? Oh yeah, United lost. So we gave them an opportunity to go further. They missed it. It is what it is. That we tried. You know what's so funny though? My United fans wanted us to lose that game because they're idiots. Even though winning that game for us would mean that you go further, but because you don't have sense. You wanted Man United, you wanted Newcastle to win, but it is what it is. Now Liverpool on their tails, so that's funny. That's actually mad funny. The fact that if Liverpool beat them 7-0 and still end up in the top 4 in place of them, that would actually be the funniest thing in this season. That would actually be the funniest thing this season. I can't lie to you. Because to lose 7-0 to your biggest rival and then be like, oh, that's my because I'm in the top 4, and then lose that to them. Oh, that would actually be so funny. And I would be there no matter what. But yeah, De Gea, hold that. Martial, hold that. And Weghorst, keep doing your thing, man. Keep doing your thing. I've been saying something about you guys about Ten Hag. Ten Hag is not that manager people think he is. The thing is, because you've had Solskjaer, you think that any person that actually can realise that Maguire is not good is just amazing. But there's certain things about him I think he's kind of a joke, man. Like, why are you starting Weghorst? I get it. You wanted the striker, you didn't get it. That's fine. That's up to you. That's an ownership thing, innit? But to play him and start him, that is just crazy to me, bro. And I get he's got injuries as well. But to bring Malacia over the low or something, like, I don't get that. you know, he's playing Fernandez in this weird position as well. And it's like, okay, like, why not bring Jadon Sancho or Garnacho or something like that? Like, he's playing Bruno Fernandes in this weird position when that's not his position. Like, there are some question marks about Ten Hag that you might not realising yet, but it's cool because you won you guys a Carabao Cup. It's fine, and you're in the FA Cup final, and you're in the position to be in the top 4. It's cool. But as for me, I kind of see his shortcomings, which is kind of mad to say because he's got experience. It's not like an Arteta be like, oh yeah, he's his first managerial job. Like, nah, like, this man has won trophies. He's an actual manager. He's bold because he's a manager. Do you get it? Like, but I'm not going to say too much. But all I'm saying is that people that think that United are going to challenge for next year, just hold your horses because there are certain things about him and his talent ID ain't like that either. So, yeah, just calm down. But, you know, people want to say, people start bringing up the Norwich fucking scarf and start blaming Glazers. Cool. Because it was the Glazers' fault that De Gea couldn't save a pass. Cool. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's De Gea's fault that Martial can't score a goal. I don't want to talk about that. I don't like talking about United because United are actually too much of a hypocrite. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm leaving it there. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, all of that. I'll see you guys in maybe the Champions League game against City and Madrid. A bit.